So can you just hold that picture of the
tank?
Of the tank, yes. So that you can see it.
Yeah.
And can you tell us about this machine? What it was called?
Yes, it was
an anti-tank gun.
It's a self-propelled anti-tank gun. And can you look at that? And if you didn't know, you say that was a tank.
Yes, yes.
And that's what half the British Army officers said. As far as they were concerned, they were tanks. The biggest difference was, of course, they hadn't got the armour.
No.
An inch of armour wouldn't stop anything.
No.
The tanks had got enough to protect themselves. And that was why I got blown to pieces, because we were sent where we shouldn't have gone.
Right. And was this when you got your medal?
Yes. What happened? We got hit, and there was a burst of flame inside the tank, partly because it had been hit in the front, and this is where all the gears are. And that gets actually almost red hot. If you could hold an egg there, you could fry it. You know, it really boiling hot, and oil, keeping all the differential that drove the gears cool, well not cool, but keeping them in working order. And of course that got hit, that sprayed flames over the whole of the tank. You don't dawdle, you don't say, oh, after you, Smith, you know, because I'm here and I'm out. And that leaves room for the rest to get out. And I went around as hard as I could up there. I reckon it was about 50 yards, and then went down because there were bullets flying everywhere. And this was late, it was fairly darkish, and you could see I remember John, your
father-in-law.
Father-in-law, that's right, telling me all about it, because he was there at the time. And this tracer bullets, it was amazing. There was just a stream of them going all the time. Who was firing them, I didn't know. Could have been the Germans. It could have been the British. Lost their cool a bit. So we just had to keep our heads, or I kept my head down, and waited for things quieting down a bit. It wasn't until then I looked back and saw two members of the crew climbing out and running away from the tank. Because the biggest danger was that it would explode, because we got not only anti-tank shells, which didn't explode, but we'd also got high explosive shells, which was used against infantry. But, I'd left it before it went up in smoke, and then I went back, which was a rather silly thing to do. But still.
Was that when you got burnt? When you went back?
Yeah. No, I think I was burnt in the initial fire. Well, I know I was, because I'd got wearing the suit. Remember, this is an army vehicle. This is an American vehicle.
Oh, right.
If it had been British, it wouldn't have had half the equipment that the Americans had. I mean, all the kit you wore, the clothes you wore in the tank, you could only really get burnt on your hands and face. Or be burnt or cinder, because the rest of it was all covered.
Right.
And what else was there?
Can you tell us again for the camera the story about the letter? Shall I pass it to you?
Yeah.
You can hold that. Tell us about the letter.
Well, I'm not sure where this happened, because when I got injured, came back by plane. Then they went put me on a ship, you had these Dakotas were sort of the army chore horse. They were little, quite small little planes. They held about 20 passengers, and they'd bring you back. But I don't know to this day where we landed. I got no idea. But I was brought back. I'd already had my hands treated on the first aid post, which is the first place you go on the battlefield when you get injured or need treatment of any kind. And from there, I was put on this train. And as I say, I can't remember. It was. I didn't know. I got no idea where it was. But all I do know is from there, I was going up to the burns unit, plastic surgery unit in Scotland. It was the latest thing, you know. Plastic surgery was just coming into thing. And I thought, well, my wife would be informed as next of kin that I'd been burnt on the hands and face, which they all thought. But fortunately, my face, as you can see, it still looks quite pretty. Well, not out of the way
No.
for an 88-year-old, sure.
Not at all, no.
So I chucked this out the window, and not very long afterwards, I got a letter from her saying she got it.
And you'd just thrown it out of the window on the off chance that somebody would find it and post it.
That's all I could do. I didn't want her to worry. If they hadn't mentioned the fact that the face had been, because that was on the official thing I've got, badly burnt face and hands. Well, I didn't want my wife to think I've been badly burnt around the face. Don't worry about my hands, I mean that. But you can get bad burns and you can be sort of disfigured for life. So that's why I chucked this out the window. Just saying, well, you've read it, have you?
Yes, I did, yes. Just saying that
I
you're...
can't remember what it said.